Antigone. As king of Thebes, Oedipus raised two daughters, Ismene and Antigone, and two sons, Polynices and Eteocles. After the downfall of Oedipus, his brother-in-law, Creon, became the tyrannical ruler of Thebes. Because of Creon's tyranny, Polynices leads a revolt, but Eteocles defends Creon and the city. In the battle, both brothers are killed. Creon proclaims a royal burial for Eteocles, but decrees that Polynices shall be left to rot on the battlefield, and that anyone who attempts to bury him shall be killed. Antigone goes out one night undetected and covers her brother's body. Next day, the dirt is removed. The next night, Antigone goes forth and again covers the body. 3 guards discover her, and next morning bring her before Creon.
Was it you who covered the body the first time, in the night?
Yes, it was. With a toy shovel that we used to take to the seashore when we were children. It was Polynices' own shovel. He cut his name in the handle, and that's why I left it with him. But these men, they took it away, and that is why the next time I had to do with my hands.
Had you told anyone what you meant to do?
No,
Did you meet anyone on the way, coming or going?
no one.
And you're quite sure of that?
I'm quite sure.
Very well then. Now listen to me. You will go straight to your room. When you get there, you will go to bed. You will say that you are not well and you have not been out since yesterday. Your nurse will tell the same story. And I'll dispose of those 3 men.
Uncle Creon, there is no need to kill those 3 guards. You must know I will do it again tonight.
Why did you try to bury your brother?
I owed it to him.
I had forbidden it.
I owed it to him. Those who are not buried wander eternally, can find no rest. I owed it to him to open up the doors of the house of the dead where my mother and my father are waiting to welcome him. Polynices earned his rest.
Polynices was a rebel and a traitor, and you know it.
He was my brother.
You heard my edict. It was pronounced all over Thebes. You read my edict. It was posted on the city walls.
Yes.
And you know the punishment that I decreed for anyone who attempted to give him burial.
Yes, I know the punishment.
Or did you, by any chance, act on the assumption that a daughter of Oedipus, a daughter of Oedipus' stubborn pride, was above the law?
I did not act on that.
Because if you had acted on that assumption, Antigone, you would have been seriously wrong. No one has a more sacred duty to obey the law than those who make the laws. You are a daughter of lawmakers, a daughter of kings. You must obey the law.
Had I been a scullery maid, and that law was read to me, I would have washed the dirty water from my arms and gone out in my apron to bury my brother.
What nonsense. If you had been a scullery maid, there would have been no doubt in your mind about the seriousness of that edict. You would have known that it meant death. And you would have been satisfied to weep for your brother in your kitchen. But you thought because you were of the royal line and because you were my niece and were going to marry my son, that I wouldn't dare put you to death.
You are mistaken. I never doubted for an instant that you would have me put to death.
Where are you going?
You know exactly where I'm going.
What sort of game are you playing?
I'm not playing a game.
Antigone, don't you realize that apart from those 3 guards, if a single soul knows what you've tried to do, it will be impossible for me not to have you put to death. There's still time for me to save you, but only if you keep this to yourself and give up this crazy plan.
I must go out and uncover my brother. Those men have uncovered him again.
What good will that do? You know there are other men guarding Polynices' body. And even if you do cover it with earth again, the earth will again be removed.
I know all that, but that's the least I can do. What a person can do, a person should do.
You must want very much to die. If you look like a trapped animal.
Don't you feel sorry for me? Do as I do. Do your job. But if you're a human being, do it quickly.
I am trying to save you.
You are the king, and you are all powerful. But that you cannot do.
You think not?
You can neither save me nor stop me.
Prideful Antigone.
There is only one thing you can do, and that is to have me put to death today.
Have you tortured, perhaps?
Loathsome man.
I agree. My trade forces me to be. We could argue whether I ought or ought not to pursue that trade, but once I take on a job, I must do it properly.
Why do you do it at all?
My dear, I woke up one morning and found that I was king of thieves. God knows there were other things in life I loved more than power.
Then you should have said no.
Oh, yes, I could have said no, but I thought that would have been cowardly. Should have been like a workman who turns down a job that must be done. So I said yes.
So much the worse for you then. I can say no to anything I think is vile, and I don't have to count the cost. You, with all your crown and your trappings and your guards, all you can do today is have me killed.
Listen to me, listen to me.
I don't have to listen to you. There is nothing you can tell me that I don't know, and there are 1,000 things I can tell you that you need to know. Why do you stand there, drinking in my words? Why don't you call in the guards? I'll tell you why. You want to hear me out to the end. That's why.
You amuse me.
Oh, no, I don't. I frighten you, and that is why you are trying to save me. Everything would be so much easier if there was a tongue-tied, docile Antigone living in the palace. But you are going to put me to death today, and it frightens you.
Very well, then. I am afraid. I'm afraid that if you insist, I shall have to have you put to death, and I don't want to.
And if it comes to that, you didn't really want to leave my brother's body unburied, did you? Admit it.
I already have done so.
And you didn't really want to have me killed today. And you call that being a king.
Yes, I call that being a king.
Poor Creon. My nails are broken, my fingers are bloodied, and my arms are covered with the welts of your paws of your guards. But I am a queen.
Then why not have pity on me and live? Isn't your brother's body rotting under my windows payment enough for peace and order in Thebes?
No, you made yourself king, and you will always pay.
It is easy to say no.
Not always. Not always.